So you drinking some coffee?
That's just tea,
Sweet.
hot tea. I had enough coffee for today, man. So,
I probably should have made some, but in lieu of the dry January support month for Matt, I'm
oh,
drinking an energy drink.
not only that, it's mid Sunday. We
It's
normally
very
do
true.
this Tuesday night, so
Very true.
that's kind of different. So,
No need for a beer at mid-afternoon necessarily, but this
yeah,
is never had it. Probably gonna taste like a 9-volt battery, but we'll see.
yeah. Are you big on energy drinks?
I'm not, man. Like I used to be big time, but I recently dropped off just because my wife was like, they're really bad for your teeth, as well as I've heard they can mess your kidneys up. Like a lot of frequent drinks can give you like kidney stones and stuff. And I was
Yeah,
drinking like sugar-free Red Bulls a lot.
yeah. So, I mean, I used to drink a lot of Red Bulls like 20 years ago, but I
Yeah,
I don't drink anything other than like coffee or tea to
that's good.
get jacked up, So,
Get jacked up. That's
um,
cool, man.
I mean, if I'm driving, if I'm on a road trip that's like 3 hours or something
Yeah.
or more, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'll grab whatever. But no, I usually don't stock it.
Yeah, I
You
usually
know,
try to always stick with sugar-free. Dude,
yeah.
going from like sugar-free to like getting like a straight up sugar energy drink is like death.
You're gonna be jacked
Super
up, and
sweet.
then you're gonna crash.
Right. Oh yeah, hard. Well, so midday Sunday, we're here to fire off some Broken Moto episodes. Did you know what I forgot to do? Come up with a fun trivia question.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
I got one. So
Okay, so
we
I
can do
have
it.
a pretty lame one, but why not start it off with a pretty lame one?
Okay.
So, what's going on, everybody? Cody from Motorcycle MD with my buddy Matt from How to Motorcycle Repair. Welcome to episode 23 of the Broken Moto Show. This is a show where me and Matt get together and just talk about questions that you guys send us in through email about motorcycle related stuff. Matt, why don't you let them know what the email is?
Yeah. So if you have any tech questions, submit them to askbrokenmoto@gmail.com. Put the year, make, and model in the subject, and just be very descriptive in the body of the email. And pictures and videos are a plus. We'd love to see that stuff.
Really cool. Awesome. Well, for anybody who's used to the episode, usually we fire off with either what kind of beer we're drinking that day or that night. It's a little bit different this month. I'm having an energy drink tonight. Matt's got some tea. But not only that, we want to start something new where we want to ask a random question for you viewers to see if you guys know the answer or want to, participate more in the show. In the comments below, you can put your answer. You're not going to win anything besides hearing us say, hey, so-and-so got it right. So It's just a fun little thing with a little trivia. Every episode, there'll be some kind of question that we'll ask probably in the beginning of the episode that you guys can, get into and have fun with it. I think Matt's got one.
All right.
He's ready.
In 1887, Yamaha started making what? It wasn't motorcycles.
Ooh, I have no idea. Cool.
All right. Just comment below.
1887, let us know. Cool,
Hey,
man.
speaking of winning, you buy any lottery tickets lately?
I haven't. Have you?
I bought, well, it was like a week ago for one drawing. I just bought it with the kids. But then, I didn't win, obviously. But
you wouldn't be talking to me if you
yeah, no, I would. Why not, man? Dude, the jackpot, I mean, the Mega Millions is up to like 850 million and
dude.
Powerball 730 million.
So
my question, if you won, what would you do?
I don't know. I guess I feel like it would turn into a kind of a nightmare right off the bat. I feel like you have a bunch of stuff to figure out. Like you have to meet with somebody and get all this stuff figured out. Honestly, I'd probably I'd probably pay off everything that I have, so the house and everything. I'd probably pay off my family stuff, like my mom, my dad's house, my
Sure.
brother and my sister's houses. I'd probably pay off all that stuff because it's not like it's gonna be a fraction.
Yeah,
You know, probably
you can give them 10 mil each and still have
man,
tons
of money.
I mean, you can give me 10 million and
absolutely
you still
pay off yeah, man, get your college kids set up and everything.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably sit down and decide what the hell I'm gonna do with all this money.
Well, that's what I mean. Like after all that blows over, what would you do day to day? Like, what would your life look like?
Probably a lot of buying stuff online.
A lot of new stuff, huh?
Buying some new stuff. I'd probably start learning how to start dumping it into my retirement. A lot of it. Honestly, you can retire right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's a lot of money, man.
You can take 3% of that and spend it.
Yeah.
Every year, and you'll never run out. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I probably I don't know if I would quit my job. I don't know if I would, but I'd probably just be like, I'm gonna go away for like 3 months. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Later. And I'd probably take off somewhere. Like, I'd buy me a new truck, you know, like the small stuff. I can't think of anything major that I would do. Like, I've been waiting for $400 million to do this one thing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh man, what wouldn't I do? I mean, I would quit my day job.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but I would have a big shop.
Oh yeah.
And a place where I can build and create and learn new stuff. Okay. But I think I would have multiple houses, one in California by the ocean, because my wife loves it there. One in Colorado because I love snowboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Travel a little bit. Definitely have a lot of toys.
Buying a couple houses would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like go wherever.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I might steal that.
Definitely like getting into helping people.
Yeah.
Because that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll have all this time.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know if you watched, I'm sure you've heard of Barstool Sports.
What was that?
Barstool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dave Portnoy, the guy who owns it, has been raising money just for the companies or businesses who have like lost their business during COVID.
Okay.
They've raised like in the past, like I think I want to say it's maybe 3 months, maybe. They've raised like $24 million.
Damn.
And his goal was like 5 mil when he first announced it, and now it's at like 25, 27 mil. And they're like pretty much just bringing all of these businesses who have closed down back to New York and areas, and like they're allowing the company like submit a video of them like, hey, this is TheMotorcycleMD. I'm not really good. My business closed down, blah blah blah. And then he'll like call them personally, and like he puts it up on Instagram or whatever, and then being like, hey, we're gonna help you guys out. You know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So like donating like stuff like that, I think would make me feel good. Yeah.
Right. But let's face it, it's not going to happen. You know, if you don't play, can't win, man. You know,
you got to pay to play. That's right. That's cool. Oh, I also have some more good news before we fire it up.
Yeah.
MotorcycleMD, and I could also might as well say that Broken Moto Show is officially sponsored by Grip Clean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. They reached out to me, and they offered me to become an affiliate with them. And they're going to send me a bunch of stuff. I said, awesome, because I've been wanting to send Matt some stuff as well, who I've been doing a collaboration with. They said,
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, guys, if you do want to hit up Grip Clean, you throw a couple pennies. And my way for now, I'm working on getting the Broken Moto Show, maybe their own split thing. But I was just excited about that. And Matt, now I can send you some free stuff. So
nice. And I don't know if you guys know how affiliates work, but basically it's no cost to you. And
right.
A person like Cody earns like 10 cents per sale.
Yeah.
So, you know, it adds up to $1 or $2 here and there. So that's cool.
Just for buying cool products.
Yeah. And you know what? I've been using that stuff
it is cool.
A lot lately because have you noticed how nitrile gloves are now $20-$30 a box?
Oh, easily.
Because obviously it's in demand. So I get them from Harbor Freight. Okay, it's $5 a box, dude. They were like $18 to $20. I was like, nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I used to love this company from GloveWorks, the GloveWorks HD. I used to be an affiliate with them, and it was like $17.98 for a box of larges, which was good for me because I like the texture. You can use them like 100 times before they ripped. Now they're like $29. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna spend $30 on a box of your gloves.
yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah. Wait till this whole COVID thing blows over, and then they'll, But right now it's, it is what it is. So
it is what it is. So, yeah. But you've been using the cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I like it.
Cool, man.
It's perfect.
So I told him I needed some more towelettes.
I gotta try those.
So I'm gonna send yours your way. I'll
nice
gift box for you.
Awesome.
With some brouhahas.
All right. All right. Question number 1. This one is from Paul in the UK. He's given us an update on his CB750 Trans. So, hey guys, thought I'd give you some feedback regarding the clutch transmission issues I've had with the CB750 K8. So he had issues where he couldn't find neutral while it was running. When it was not running, he could find neutral easily. So I think we said look into the clutch, and then as far as his bike jumping out of gear, we're saying that's a transmission issue. So here it goes. All right, your advice was spot on. The jumping forward clunking was definitely the clutch. Adjustment helped, but the main cause was the plates sticking together. I removed the clutch and all the steels, and though not rusty, they were tarnished and stained, probably from lack of use, and were sticking slightly to the friction plates, thus creating a slight drag. I polished the steel plates with a Dremel and a wire brush and ultrasonically cleaned them. All the plates, both steel and friction, were well within Honda spec, so I reinstalled it, adjusted it correctly, and the result, happiness. It now works a treat. So thank you guys for all your help and advice. Like a moron, I didn't take photos of the steel plates, but I attached a couple of the after shots. Unfortunately, the whine from the trans is still there, and it slipped out a fifth during a ride. So I ordered a complete trans and bearing set from Cycle Exchange. I'll take before and after photos of the trans. I'll let you know how it is after I have fitted the new trans. Keep up your cracking show. Cheers, guys. And there's one more email here. Once again, thanks for your help. Very much appreciated. Yes, I've ordered a complete trans and bearing from Cycle X. I would assume if it would come with the shift drum and forks, but now you said that it appears it may not. Oh, this was a message to Cycle X. So I think he bought the whole trans and bearings, and they kind of make sure it's all good, kind of like refurb it, if you will.
Okay.
But I don't think it comes with the drum and the shift forks. So obviously, my question is like, well, do you want to swap that out as well because you're in there?
Oh, you have to.
Or yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I think he was just digging a little deeper there. Right. So. That's awesome. That's awesome on the clutch.
Very awesome.
He's in for a kind of a big job on the trans.
Yeah.
Got to pull the motor.
Split that bad boy.
Just split the bottom case half.
Yeah, it's in this bottom. Yeah.
And then
flip it over on its head, right?
Yep. Upside down and just. So it's not terrible. The hardest thing is going to be getting that thing out of the frame. That sucks, dude.
Yeah. Just lay the bike over maybe and pull the frame off the motor. No, because you got everything attached to it. Yeah. It's gonna suck. There's no easy way to do it.
So I got a video on that, and my wife and I did it. And basically what I did is I took a 2x4 and I put it through the frame.
Yeah.
And put tie downs to the 2x4.
Okay.
And then you just lift and yank it out.
And that works good?
Yeah. A lot of tie downs, man.
Right.
I mean, it worked. My wife and I did it. So
it's a bear of a motor, man.
Oh, dude, it's
heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a brute. Cool.
It's probably 150, 200 pounds easily. So, yeah.
Easily. Well, cool. Well, I'm pumped that as soon as I saw the video of his clutch free play and how backed out it was. Like, that's going to solve one of the issues. And then we determined that it was sticking because he would just put it in the gear and also go and stall out. That's a sign of a sticking clutch. Slipping out of fifth gear is a different story. So,
right.
I mean, inside of the membership that I have videos of what the dogs look like after a transmission's been getting kicked out, you know? So like when gears shift all around, he's probably familiar with this. What we're looking for are the gears that connect to each other, like second and third, or third and fourth, or fifth, whatever, fourth and fifth. They have these little fingers that are on the sides of the gear. So here's your gears, right? They spin like this. Then to the they have little feet like that. I don't know how to do it. But the dogs are they're like these little feet that hang off the gear, and when they slide over, it'll go into here. But when these little fingers, they're squared, they're machined square in a way, and when they start to round, when you go to put tension on it, and you know you're in fifth gear and you lug that bad boy down, there's a lot of pressure that's being taken right here, and they'll just go wham, and they'll slam out because they've been rounded from bad shifting. Like you try to shift it, you know how sometimes it goes and all of a sudden it'll go into gear. Yeah, that over a long period of time, which is a normal thing. It's just the teeth hitting each other and not going in because it's not a perfect system. You know, it's a good system, it's just not perfect. So those teeth round off, boom, now you're slipping out of gear. Yeah. So or
Paul picked up my 9-hour rebuild video, so he's in good shape with how to do it, and he's done it before, so he's
9 hours.
He's good. Yeah, dude, 9 hours long for that motor.
Brutal. Yeah. Cool. Anything else to add? You want to go to the next one?
I think that's it for this one. So
that's it. Oh, we do need to talk about our beer fund. So right now we're not drinking beer, but tell them what the beer fund's about, Matt.
Well, guys, if you enjoy this show and want to support us in a little way, you can buy us a beer. Mm-hmm. So we have a beer fund link in the video description, and it's simply a little thank you.
Yeah,
and that's it.
It's a tip jar.
Yeah, tip jar. Yep.
We have a couple guys to shout out. You know him. We don't have to say the name. Justo, donating again. Our brother, always there for us. Paul from UK. He bought us a tray. Thanks, Paul. We got the Fitz. The Fitz coming in real hot. So is Brett. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Fitz. Seymour Butts is also coming in real hot. And is that the Fitz twice?
Yeah, that's right.
Seymour Butts is a new one.
Yeah. He must like The Simpsons.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, if they donate, I'll say whatever name they want.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Seriously, it means a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Even if we're not drinking beer now, it's all helpful. We appreciate you guys. So, question 2. I'll take this one. Even though it doesn't sound like it's for me. So, I think it's just for you, Matt.
Yeah, that's right.
This one's from Claire. Hey, Matt. I have a 69 CD175 engine that I have shelved as I ran into issues. The engine was a true basket case. It was in multiple boxes, and there's actually parts from 2 engines. Ugh. Anyway, I assembled the bottom end, and it doesn't shift properly. I've moved on to a CL360, but I've always wondered what the heck was wrong with it. I'd love to get it into place where the engine is together and has compression. The CD175 frame was toast. It has been junked, but the motor could be a donor for another project. Maybe we could Zoom, or I'll crack this open and you can help me diagnose what I messed up in real time. Maybe we can record it or stream it. It might make interesting content. If you are interested, let me know. We'll schedule that time, and we'll schedule a time that makes sense. Best, Claire. That's a difficult task to do through a stream.
Yeah.
It's just it's always grainy. It's always grainy. So, go ahead, Matt. Fire away.
Well, first off, Claire is awesome. She picked up the Vapor Blaster plans, built it, She also has a YouTube channel. She just welded in a hoop on this CL.
Oh, sweet.
So she's got some videos. So yeah, she's awesome. So, all right. So here's what I would do. And I just went through this with this thing. You can see that the engine's together, but nothing else is, the clutch or anything. I mean, I put the top end in, but the top end was off. So what I do is when I put a motor together, after the case halves have been joined, I put the shifting components in, the detent and the star wheel and all that, and then I shift it through the gears. Don't go any further until you verify that everything goes into gear. Obviously, you've realized that it doesn't have, it has a problem. So what I would do is obviously take it back all apart, and you're going to want the original OEM service manual, and hopefully they have a cross section of the gear set.
Yeah.
So you can compare that all your gears are on correctly. If one gear is flipped backwards, it ain't going to work, right?
Easily, yeah.
So make sure both the main shaft and counter shaft gear sets match exactly to the service manual, and then maybe you can even get away with the parts diagram on a fish.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Make sure all the thrust washers are there and all that good stuff. The bearings are fully seated. If it has some, yeah, it does have some. And then with the shift forks, make sure they are in the correct spot. And sometimes they don't do a good job of telling you where they go, which sucks.
It does suck, yeah.
But
same thing in today's world, man, with new manuals. Sometimes they're not very specific.
Right. And man, I worked on one model, and there's 3 forks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was L, C, R, left, center, right. Yeah. And they all face one way. Why don't they all do that? I don't know.
Right.
They should all do that. But anyway, if you have 3 forks, there's going to be one that is shorter than the rest, and that goes in the center on its own pin. And then you got the longer 2 that are on the other shift pin. So that's a little process of elimination there.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, you got to put the case halves together, put the detent in there with the wheel, because you have to have that shift drum in the correct spot to put the gears in the right position for everything to spin over. Otherwise, if you don't have any of that in place, they'll lock up.
Right. I'd say that, I mean, when it comes to transmission, and would you say that transmission work or repair or service is probably one of the more difficult parts of the motor?
It is.
I think it is, because other than depending on the motor, like cam timing on on a V4, that can be confusing. It can be very confusing because you're not setting timing on top dead center. You're setting it like 45 degrees past on the front, and then the rear one has to be 160 degrees past. So there's obviously different difficulties for different motors, but I feel like transmissions can be very overwhelming, especially when you take those 2 all the way apart.
Yes,
you got to know, because the counter main only obviously fit together one way. That's going to be correct. You can force them to fit together the wrong way, sure, and it won't be correct, obviously. But yeah, your pointer for anyone who's rebuilding a motor, before you put that thing back in the frame, before you put the top end back on, you can turn the counter shaft through. Once the cases are together, turn the counter shaft through by hand or with a drill. I've seen people do that, and you can just shift it through. Make sure, throw a makeshift shifter on there, grab a piece of leather strap with a pair of vice grips and shift it through. Who cares? But shift it through before you're done, because I've been burned, man. I've been burned many a times on a full motor rebuild, and I get it all together, and that son of a bitch does not shift.
Oh, man, that sucks.
I've totally been burned, and I'm like, why didn't I check this when it was on the bench,
Yep.
Because I'm just like, oh, I'm super confident,
Yeah.
But it doesn't take much. So what I'm also curious about is, what is the shifting problem? Because for all we know, what do you know?
Well, no, it says that it was in multiple boxes, so it looks like she got it all apart. Mm-hmm. 2 engines.
just wasn't assembled correctly.
So she took a stab at it. And here, this is where she is, I guess. That's the way I interpret
Claire,
it.
everything matters. Everything matters on that transmission when it comes to all the washers, all the lock things that have to spline and go on a certain way. Everything matters when it comes to a transmission. It has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, it won't shift properly. What I was wondering is if, like, you know, on those old bikes, the shift rod comes all the way through the motor from the other side. Right, it's like through 2 aluminum cases, and then it shoots out, and then there's your splined end, and then what will happen is that will either bend. So when you go to shift it, it'll like, and it'll lock. So you have a rod that's through that's not perfect. So it's just kind of like, there can be a number of things. You're right.
Sure.
Manual, and it has to be meticulous. But what do you think about streaming this for her?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much help that would be.
Me neither.
Well, in advance, I mean, I'm willing to help, but I would need the service manual, and I'd like to review it, obviously, and then we would have to go through it one by one.
One by one.
Yeah. Oh, and you mentioned, hey, do I ever do retakes or any of that? Well, with the CB750 engine rebuild, I got to the bench shifting portion, and it wouldn't go to third or something. I'm like, what the hell? I had to take it, crack the cases open again. I had one gear flipped.
Okay.
So it happens to everyone, but at least I caught it there. And the worst thing that I had to do is clean the gasket, the Honda Bond, and I had to reseal it up. But I caught it there versus putting it in the frame and then going, man, I'd probably just kick it to the curb if it was me at that point.
It's brutal, man, because once you get past that point, you're now hitting little goals in your brain, you know, like the motor's together, the motor's in the frame, the chain's on the frame, like you're hitting these little goals that are helping you out, and then they just get erased when you have to pull back out. You're like, screw this, man.
So, I mean, with this guy here, you can don't even assemble the crank or anything, just work with the transmission and the case halves, obviously the dowel pins and a couple bolts.
Yeah.
And the bearings and all the detent stuff and the shift lever, and just get it to work.
Yeah. What's cool about it is that you can visually see anything that's wrong when it comes to this kind of stuff. You know, like if you're shifting it through and you have a heavy resistance, you can physically look at each part while you're doing it and see what the issue is.
So
is I like about it.
I think I did a video on how a motorcycle transmission works, and it was on the CB750, and I was able to have one of the case halves off, because on that arrangement, you can do that. There was a bearing holder that kind of allowed the shafts to stay, you know, they didn't fly out, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to shift and run it, and I ran it with the drill, and I have a video on that. Maybe that'll be helpful or not, but we'll put it in the description. And you guys can check it out.
I go through the whole transmission on the 350 part by part. We clean each individual part, and we assemble it and make sure it all works on the inside the inner circle for the CL 350, which I'm not going to lie, it's not too far off from the 175, but cool. Well, I mean, if you need help if you wanted to work up something where we could help her out, Matt, I'll be more than happy to tag team with you on that, Claire, to help you out.
Sounds good.
Cool. Question 3. Straightforward, man.
Let's see here. This is from Daniel. Can I change my chain to a belt drive on a 77 CB750? I searched. I didn't find anything, so I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure you can.
With enough money and time, I'm sure you can.
Find a Harley wheel. Find a pulley off the back end of a Harley motor, tack that son of a bitch right to the crane, to the counter shaft, and make something work.
So there's like a 4-page discussion on Single Overhead Cam Forum, and these guys, they were looking into Harley stuff, but the Harley rear sprocket or cog or whatever you want to call it now, it's very large. Yeah. In diameter. Very large. So I think they found like a KZ400 or something with something that would work, but they were drilling it for the to make it fit, and then the belt width is a consideration. And then, you know, after I got a page or two into this, I'm like, why would you go through all this trouble?
I don't know, man.
You know, like it's a lot of money and time for not that much gain.
Right. I don't understand the point of it.
Is it for looks or is it for
just to be different? I mean, when you're talking about like wear, you're going to be dealing with the same amount of time, I feel like.
I mean, a nice chain and sprockets is going to be what, $200?
Yeah.
And it's going to last a long time.
If you do it right. Yep.
So
same with the belt, maybe like 80, a nice belt, 80 or 90. I don't know how much belts are because Hondas don't have any belts. I'm not sure how much belts are. I just don't know the reason for it. But I mean, to answer his questions, absolutely. I'm sure you can. I just don't know I don't have a blueprint for him as to how or what way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, you need a welder, and then you need a open mind.
That brings us to our next question. Did you check out this build?
I did, man. What? This thing is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead. Do the next question.
Right. Question 4. Aaron, can I mount a rear master cylinder sideways on my dicycle? Now, he gave us some pictures, or he was, I think, what did he win a contest?
He won it. It was,
okay.
I think,
rightfully so.
The Next American Innovator. So
yeah.
There was a bunch of builds going on. And he actually reached out to me. He's like, hey, I'm on this. Can you vote for me? So I voted for him, and sure as shit, he won, man.
Yeah, man, he deserved it.
So what this thing is, it's a KX. This is a 250, but it was a 125. He flipped the frame upside down and then built the motorcycle from there. It's just crazy.
It's insane. You guys will see some pictures here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was very impressed. I was like, I guess that could work.
I wonder how it rides, man. I mean, like,
oh, man.
It's just like, holy crap.
Because he mounted the motor right side up though inside, right?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But very impressive, Aaron. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with it. The fact that you thought outside of the box and you made it happen. As far as mounting the rear master cylinder sideways. So on your bike, Matt, the rear master cylinder, when we're talking about, it looks like a peg, like
yeah,
like that. And then he wants to take that, which is normally up. So your reservoir is also inside of your master cylinder, right?
Yes, but he has, I believe his is a 97, which is a remote reservoir, which has, so it has the master, and then you have a little tube, and then the little plastic cup.
Yeah. So as long as the reservoir does not mount sideways. So you, Aaron, you like, obviously you can't have any air in your reservoir. That's not going to work. So as long as it's bled correctly, you can take this and mount this whichever way you want, but the reservoir has to stay.
Sure.
To where there's no air able to be travel into the cups. Because if you take it and do this with both of them, you're going to have air that comes through. So that would be my only.
Yeah. One thing is, if there are a lot of bends in the fuel path, then it's a possibility for air to get trapped or harder to bleed.
For sure.
I'm sure you can do it, but just keep in mind, air travels up, right?
Yeah.
So if you have some kind of S curve with the routing, then you may run into some issues. But other than that, it should be fine, like you said.
Absolutely. Just as long as it's not the style like Matt's. It can't be a reservoir inside of the master cylinder, and then you turn that sideways. If it's an external cup, boom.
Yeah. And I'm my 01 has a external reservoir, so his does. Yeah.
Boom.
So.
But awesome bike, Aaron. Thanks for sending that our way. I didn't know that it was votable. I'm glad he won, because I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and he has a YouTube channel as well, and he has some videos on the build. So we'll have to post that.
Cool.
Yeah,
I want to see him riding it. I want to see what it's like being ridden.
Yeah, it's done. Let's go, Aaron. We want to see a video.
Let's go. Cool, Matt. Why don't you? Do you have anything to plug? You have anything going on?
Yeah, I have a lot going on, but so one thing I want to mention is I redesigned the Vapor Blaster gun.
Mm-hmm.
And I put orders in for metal parts.
Mm.
And it's going to be available to ship mid-February.
Awesome.
So that's something I've been really working on, and I got to get my website set up so I can actually sell physical products and all this stuff. So that's a lot of work. Another thing I did is I released a video and I said, hey, who wants to learn how to start a business from your home? And the reason I'm doing this is 2020 could have been a tough year for some people financially, right?
Yeah.
And I get emails every now and then about people wanting to work on motorcycles for money or change tires or whatever, or vapor blasting. So I know there's interest in this.
Yeah.
And I've been running this small business here for 9 years, and I had to learn everything on my own. So I figured I could fucking teach people
man,
on how to do that. So if you're interested, I'll put a sign up link below. And if you guys are interested, you can sign up.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Lots of wisdom to be had. Well, cool, man.
How about you?
Not much going on. The 900F carb will be launched this week. So that will be available to you guys if you need to clean a set of carburetors on like a 80s model 750 or 900. I have the full walkthrough. That will be going out this week. Which I'm excited about. Took a lot of time to do that. The 350 is getting ready to be fired up. Dangerously close. I'd say by the end of the week if I really wanted to. So yeah, I got it all hooked up. All the points are in and stuff like that. So
nice.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool. I'll be happy to see that.
Yeah, we'll have to do fire up videos during one of these. You'll fire up that thing. I'll fire up this thing. We'll just be sitting, sniffing smoke.
My turn. Your turn. Heck yeah, dude. That'd be awesome. Well, cool. Why don't you take us out, man?
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this episode 23. So we ran through 4 questions. If you have a tech question that you would like us to answer, then that email is askbrokenmoto@gmail.com.
Yep.
Cody, what do they need to include in that email?
Your make and model is super helpful. Some kind of detailed description of what's going on with the bike, pictures, video are super helpful. Make it engaging, because we like to see what you're talking about and what bike you're working on and what it looks like and what you look like. So send it all in.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Later.